Satya, welcome to VMworld. It's always great seeing you. The VMware Microsoft partnership goes way back, and I'm thrilled with the joint solutions we have delivered in the market to our customers. Over the past 3 years alone, our partnership has become multifaceted, with solutions addressing digital workspace transformation with Horizon Cloud and Azure, cloud migration with Azure VMware solutions, and more recently, Azure Spring Cloud to address the growing need for app modernization. But before we jump into the partnership, I know you meet with a lot of customers every day. Can you share some of what you're hearing and some of the trends that are driving your thinking and Microsoft's thinking, and how the events over the last 18 months are driving the market?
No, absolutely, Raghu. First of all, it's great to be with you and at VMworld. And as you said, our partnership is something that's been there for many decades now, and it's something that I've grown up with even inside of Microsoft with. And so it's great to be with all of you. As you said, this last 18 months, Raghu, has been just pretty stunning, right? None of us have seen anything like this. In fact, there's been a lot of human cost and challenge that we've all faced. And so the first thing I always think about is all the people on the front lines across the globe who have really even made it possible for us to navigate what is just a complete tail event that none of us anticipated even in early 2020. That said, from a digital technology perspective, Raghu, I shudder to think if it was not for the current generation of the technology architecture, what would have happened in the world, right? I mean, just in terms of the ability to meet the peak demand for, let's say, work from home. The fact that we were able to rely on cloud to elastically scale the capacity for something like the Horizon Cloud so that people could even have their desktops or what have you, was just been phenomenal. So to me, I think going forward, one thing structurally that has changed is it's not just about the digital transformation outcomes, it's also about resilience that's driven by digital. So that's kind of one piece. The other thing, though, is the transformation in industries is also something, Raghu, I think that's going to be pretty lasting, which is in terms of structural change. I mean, healthcare is the easiest example. I don't think an outpatient visit will ever start again without some AI triage on an app first, then a telemedicine visit, and then literally you'll go and physically go to a place. And that changes the entire economics of the provider market, and that has ramifications. Same thing in curbside pickup in retail or financial services. I mean, think about the growth of all these super apps which are bringing down transactional costs across all of the financial services. So phenomenal structural change. And so to me, what I think we all, whether it's VMware or Microsoft and all of us who are in the platform technology business, I think we have to really figure out a way to make sure that the diffusion and the democratizing force of digital technology truly pervades through the entire economy. And that, I think, is what we have to look forward to. It's a great time to be in tech, but quite honestly, I think about the 90% of the GDP or 95% of the GDP that today is outside of tech. Benefiting from tech is what I think is the most exciting part for people in this conference.
Completely agree. It's a great time to be in tech, and it's a great responsibility to be in tech. And as you said, Satya, we have just had the opportunity to observe how tech can be a tremendous contributor to resilience in the world. We are also seeing how the transformations of the last 18 months have accelerated structural fundamental changes in many industries and areas of the economy with the move towards greater use of remote, online, and cloud-based options for many transactions and services. And together, we have been delivering a lot of these solutions that you just talked about, such as Horizon Cloud. So this is a great segue to our partnership and how it's evolved, particularly over the last year. A couple of years ago, we announced Azure VMware solutions. So from your perspective, how is our partnership, and specifically how is the Azure VMware solution delivering value to customers?
No, first of all, again, we are very, very thrilled about the partnership and where we are. And we have obviously have an aggressive and an ambitious roadmap together. And as you mentioned, there are multiple things we're doing together. When it comes to the core of Azure VMware solutions, where any customer like Chevron or Avianca Airlines or even the University of Miami who are already migrating to Azure with VMware. I mean, that's a huge benefit for someone who is bet architecturally on VMware to know that they can now even scale to the cloud and take advantage of all of the cloud while at the same time having that consistency of the VMware control planes and architecture. I think is fantastic. The other piece that you also alluded to is the Horizon Cloud. I mean, this is something that, again, during the pandemic has seen a bunch of demand, and it's great to see even people like Waste Management who are using that on Azure. So, in fact, I think that that's another solution that's on a secular growth trajectory. And as you said, the Azure Spring Cloud is something that I'm also very excited about, to have that community, that app platform on Azure as a first-class instance so that developers who are modernizing their estates or building new projects can all really take advantage of it. So that's why I think this is a pretty multifaceted, as you described it, relationship and partnership. But most importantly, I think, Raghu, for you and for me and our teams, what grounds us is what is it that the customers want us to do together so that they can do more with the technology that both of us provide. And so it's exciting to sort of see the progress.
Yes, this has certainly been a long-term and a very productive partnership. And as you said, it's been very gratifying to see how important Azure VMware Solutions, Horizon Cloud, and Azure Spring Cloud have become. Both of our companies are investing in the Kubernetes ecosystem around developer experiences, and we couldn't be more thrilled to be partnering with Microsoft to the benefit of our joint customers, such as Morgan Stanley, Swiss Re, and Kroger, who are already leveraging the service and delivering valuable experiences to their users. And with the shift to remote work, many of our customers across the world have relied on Horizon Cloud on Azure, which has become a great solution for rapidly scaling existing or new Horizon VDI environments. And I know that our teams have worked closely together to bring the best of Horizon and Azure Virtual Desktop to our joint customers. We are really excited for the second year in a row, Horizon Cloud on Azure is a top 10 partner application for Azure consumption. Satya, I know we have only a few minutes left, and you've been very vocal on the role of leaders and leadership. How should leaders be equipping their teams and their organizations to navigate in this new era?
First of all, I would say, Raghu, I've learned a lot even in the last 18 months, because to some degree, all of us as leaders have had to sort of really tap into what is it? What does it mean to show up when times are tough, when circumstances that you did not anticipate suddenly appear and so on. So I've always felt like leaders, have this uncanny capability around three dimensions. One is you walk into an uncertain situation, an ambiguous context, and bring clarity, right? I mean, it's not leadership if you go into a situation and create more confusion. Even if you are the smartest person, but all you do is create confusion, that's not leadership. And that's sort of one thing that I think I really look for in myself and other leaders. The second thing I'd say is leaders also have this ability to really create followership and energy on all the people they touch, right? It's not about saying, my team is great, I am great, everybody else sucks. That's not leadership. Leadership is about really that multi-constituent energy and rallying of people so that we can go after an audacious goal. And then the last thing I'd say is, and the pandemic really tested us all, which is we can't wait for perfect weather, right, to perform. We have to be able to take the pitch we're given and really, go to bat on it. So to me, the fact that the pandemic happened, and yet we were able to constrain solve what was an over-constrained problem and drive success is leadership. So these three attributes, bringing clarity, driving energy, and success, to me, are perhaps what leadership is all about. And none of us can be perfect, Raghu, or consistently perfect. It's the batting average that matters, but you can learn from others, and it matters that you learn each day.
That's a great definition of leadership, Satya. Giving clarity, providing inspiration and energy, and succeeding in challenging conditions are what it is all about. It's certainly a journey, and speaking for myself, I've benefited greatly from a lot of what you've been talking about with respect to your leadership philosophy. So thanks so much for joining us, Satya. It's been great to talk with you, and I know our audience will really benefit from this conversation. Our companies are very well aligned to meet our customers' digital transformation requirements, not just now, but well into the future. And I look forward to a successful and continued partnership.
Thank you so much, Raghu. We'll be in touch.